Everything just fell asleep.
Oh.
Bless it.
Okay, so
All
what are
right.
we doing?
Are we ready?
Yas.
Yes.
All right. Wherever you go, let me go to. Welcome to QCP. Last time on QCP, you all split up to begin trying to get together the pieces needed to create this potion that will soothe the guardian. So we had some encounters in the house. Somebody currently has the governess doll.
Alli has the
In their
governess
pocket.
doll in her pocket.
Alli does have the governess doll in her pocket. Alli is currently in the garden, and Marcellus is currently at the church. So when we left off, he had opened the church and seen a familiar figure back at the altar. So, let me get to my notes. All right. So I guess I'm trying to just.
Oh, I was gonna say, to be specific, the doll is in a pouch which is tied and in her pocket.
Yes. Yes.
And the other one smoking a cigarette.
So I guess it depends on how evil I want to be tonight.
I don't like that was just a unprovoked statement.
It just came out of nowhere?
It just came out of nowhere for no reason.
I mean,
For
you
no
have
reason.
met her before.
I'm
haven't
just
you?
I'm just trying to decide how evil I want to be tonight. The end.
I'm a little, a lot. So I think, you know what? We'll go full throttle. It's been the end of the semester, so we're gonna leave Marcellus for a moment while we ponder the figure at the back of the church, and we're going to go over to Alli.
Okay.
Oh, really quickly before we do that, let me. So Ray, what are you doing?
I mean, Ray's not able to do much. He's probably talking to Tessa Stone. He might, like, try to build a little house out of the mud. Like, out of the dirt and mud. There's not much for him to do at the moment. He can't, like, cross the town.
The doll village.
You do know a way to get small.
That is true. But then as soon as he leaves the house, he becomes big again. Wait a second. Well, no, because if I shrink myself, how am I going to get unshrunk? Ray would sit there for a while, not realizing. And then he would look over at the bell. This is probably like an hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know Marcellus dug that grave for like 4 hours.
He did. Bless his heart.
Yeah, so Alli's
He-
been in the garden a while too.
Marcellus is over there getting his undead cardio on.
Yeah, so about 2 hours in, after he thinks he can't do much, he runs over to the bell and is like, I want to try something. And he's going to ring the bell and see if it shrinks him.
So when you ring the bell, it does shrink you. You're now standing outside of the house, and you are shrunken.
Oh, this is going to be fun. I got a plan.
Okay.
He's just going to start running through the village.
Okay. As you
walk, but
as you run through the village, you have frightened the dolls. Bless your heart. They hear you coming, and they like duck into their little houses. Somebody gets their chicken and just like pulls their chicken out of the yard. Somebody covers their child's eyes.
not to worry, folks. It's just me.
They're still the ones that are kind of clustered around the little house you stepped on, shake their little wooden fists at you.
And once he gets to the garden, well, he can't unshrink himself. He doesn't know how.
Correct. You are now tiny in the garden.
And if it's been a couple hours, Alli is probably no longer in the garden.
Well, I'm gonna say that Alli probably. I'm gonna say you are. The hunting for the root has not been as fruitful as you had thought. It's taking you some time because there are a lot of plants.
Rooting for the root.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
So you're not even gonna make me roll for it or anything?
I calm your booty. We are. Calm your titties. We're gonna get there. But first, you're gonna do some fruitless searching. It builds character. Damn it.
She just put teacher mode on me.
Yeah, Ray's just gonna run into the garden.
So Ray, as you're running, you pass by a little clump of let's see if this is the flower. Yeah. So a few pansies surprisingly turn their face to look at you, and they laugh at you, kind of like point with their little leaves.
Is that one of the flowers you were supposed to get?
No, pansy's not one of the ones.
No, Marcellus is getting the poppy out of the church.
Maybe I am. There's been no poppies to be seen.
We are assuming that is what he's doing because we are not with him, and that is what he said he was going to do. So
y'all decide. Split up. Split the party.
Ray's gonna take his axe and point it at the pansies and go, "Don't laugh at me."
It's a country yokel. Look at him. I don't know why they're southern. They just are.
All plants are southern in this universe.
Sure, you know what?
Darn
like,
Putin.
I can't do accents. I have one accent. It's the one I was born with. They don't seem particularly threatened by the axe.
I guess with his unique perspective, he's gonna run up to Alli and wave at her. At some point in her search.
Alli, what is your passive perception?
Pretty high, actually, which is probably good because we don't want to accidentally squish anybody. Is 16.
Okay.
Passive investigation is 17, by the way.
It does still kind of take a minute, but finally you hear down there by your foot. And there is little Ray, tiny Ray.
She's gonna look a little surprised and slightly put out, but cover it really quickly and reach her hand down for him, like flat palm, so he could hold on.
Thank you.
Kind of bring him up. What are you doing?
I got bored. I thought I might be able to help you if, with my unique perspective.
Do you know how to get big again?
Nope.
Well, then we're in a pickle because I don't know how to make you big.
I bet I just gotta go back to that house again and come out the house just like the last time.
I hope you're right. She'll,
If I'm not, I guess you got a new version of me.
you know what we're looking for, right?
Yeah, roots like yay big, yay wide.
She'll very carefully lower her hand back down so he can jump off and help.
The pansies are laughing at Ray still. They kind of point, and one of them makes a very rude comment about using Alli like a dumbwaiter.
Can I ray of frost the pansies?
Hey, you don't see this happen.
Okay.
It's only Ray. I mean, you're both like facing the pansies, but it seems like Ray is the only person perceiving this hostile interaction. To you, they just look like pansies.
If you pansies don't shut up, I'm gonna pour acid on you.
Ooh, I'm gonna pour acid on you. Mm-hmm.
Allie's gonna go back to looking for the root.
If you
Ray's
pour
gonna-
acid, but if you pour acid, so one says if you pour acid on us, you can't solve the riddle. But I wouldn't expect a country bumpkin to know that.
What riddle?
What riddle?
Are you making fun of my accent?
Are you making fun of my accent? Of course.
Of course. That's not very nice of you.
Well, it's not very nice of you to be small.
Well, how else was I supposed to get to the village without hurting anyone?
That's not my problem.
That's not
Quite rude. But your big friend up there, what's she looking for?
a root.
Gee, no roots here.
Says a plant.
Right, it kind of like puts its little leaf hands on its little stalk hips.
I might be dumb, but I'm not stupid. Even you have roots. Every plant has a root.
Yeah, they do. Well, if you're not going to be helpful, I'm not going to help you.
What do you want?
There is a...
Can I hear him squeaking at the pansies? Do I pick up on that much at least?
Yeah, he's having a whole ass conversation with his flower. And it looks like the wind is like ruffling the flower a little bit. So you do see the flower kind of like moving a little bit, but it just looks like the wind is moving it.
Allie'll turn slightly and look down at Ray, and I imagine her voice sounds like really big and deep to him since she's so much bigger. It's like, Ray, what are you doing?
I'm communicating, and he says it as loud as he can.
With what?
The flower?
Alright, message time. That'll be easier. She's gonna cast message so they're not trying to to not shout and shout. Yeah, and Ray, you hear in her head. What do you mean communicating with the flower?
Those pansies over there are talking to me. That's right. They're making fun of me too.
Are they like speak with plants talking with you, which I've only heard about, or
I don't have that spell. I don't know how to do that.
so they're sentient plants then?
Must be. But just to let you know, they think that you're not going to find the root. So I'm going to help solve a riddle.
Alright, but I'm good with riddles, so if you want to relay anything to me, let me know.
I will. But I got to talk to him first. Got to put my charm on him.
What are you doing to charm the pansies, Ray?
He's gonna go, I'm sorry we had a bad introduction. My name is Ray.
We're the pansies.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm willing to help you if you'll help us. We just want to get out of your head. That's it. That's all we want to do.
Nobody's come by in a while, so no one's been taking care of the beetles.
The beetles.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by that?
The beetles, you know, about 6 legs, big, armored back, and they eat everything. Well, the other day, one was chewing on one of my leaves. It was obscene.
So you want me to get rid of one, right?
Yes.
Hey, Alli.
She'll cast message again as she replies so that he doesn't have to shout up at her the whole time.
We got to squash all the beetles in this here garden.
That does sound like a request a plant would make. And in exchange, they're going to tell us what we're looking for, because I'm not seeing what I believe I'm looking for.
Give me a second, let me check. So if I help you, are you going to tell me where the route is, or what?
We will give you one of the riddles.
One of the... Okay, alright. Well, I'm very smart, so I'll figure it out.
Sure thing, darling. Well...
You called me darling. That is so kind.
Anyway, the beetle is over there by the big rock. Maybe you should get your dumbwaiter to take you over there.
Alright, I will. Thank you. Alli, take me to that rock over there. Apparently that's what the beetle is.
You know I'm not a horse, Ray.
Well, I've carried you before.
True.
To be true.
But I also said please.
Please, can you carry me over there?
She'll kind of grin and put her hand down for him.
And he'll hop up on her hand.
She'll very carefully, I think she's got her thumb held upwards so he can hold onto her thumb and sit in her palm. And then she'll take him wherever he indicates.
So you're directed over to a little stack of rocks. It looks like someone did stack them. So it would be right over here. It looks like they were all very carefully stacked together. As you get close, you do see what looks to be a dog's collar with a little name tag on it, laid at the bottom of the pile of rocks, with the word pretty sort of carved onto the little name tag.
Well, that's interesting. She'll put Ray down.
Maybe that's East Dog?
There's so much going on down here. I both think you're right and also don't want to guess in case we're wrong.
That's fair.
So, Ray, as you go around the little stack, you are faced with a beetle that, at your normal size, would probably be about the size of an elephant. To Alli, if she could see it, it would be, of course, quite small. But for you, it's probably about the size of an elephant. Elephant.
How about the beetle?
It is a very, very... It's a dark brown beetle. It's incredibly shiny, despite the color not reflecting as much light, with very green eyes. So, Ray, you get the first attack against it. And so, Alli, you see him kind of as he goes after, he kind of disappears into the little pile of stones.
That is a dirty 20.
All right, that will hit. Roll damage.
17 points of damage.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so with one whap, you do some serious damage to this thing already. You see cracks appear in the chitin of its body. It is going to try to get back at you, but I'm guessing a 6 doesn't hit.
It does not.
It tries to bite you with its big jagged beetle mouth. So it is your turn again.
I'm gonna do something different.
Ooh. Are you not going to smash?
I'm not gonna smash.
The shock.
I know. Shocked DM sounds.
Ray is gonna focus for a moment.
Ooh.
And if Alli is, so I don't know if really Alli can really see this at all. But
No.
2 beads of energy are
You
gonna
said he
appear
went into like a little cave in the rock, so she probably has no clue.
Yeah.
2 beads of light are gonna appear in front of him, and he's going to throw these 2 needles in the air. They're like magical looking needles. He's gonna fling them out.
Ooh. All right. Roll to hit, or do I need to make a save?
I have to make 2 d20 rolls. It's basically Eldritch Blast,
Ah.
Artificer version.
Ooh, fancy.
So the first one is a 16 plus.
That'll hit.
Okay, so a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is a 5. So the 5, I assume, doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit, but roll damage for the one that did.
Not a lot, only 3 points of damage. But
That's
it is
okay.
Damage.
So how do you want to do this?
Oh, okay. So the first one kind of dinks off its shell, and he's like, "Oh, part of my plan." And then he sends the second one into the shell, and he kind of just cuts the thing from the inside. Just kind of makes like a big a multiple loops inside its like beetle shell until like the inside of its paste, and then the beetle just kind of collapses.
Ah, disgusting. I love it. So, Ray, as it collapses, and as you pierced its shell, you get a whiff of this stink. It smells like some combo of fish that have been left in the open sun for days, rotten butthole, and the back of a chop shop.
Ooh, fun.
The beetle kind of like shakes and rattles, and then I am going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Wait, is he fighting a stink bug?
That is an 18.
Okay, so it does save. So Ray, it explodes into this just tidal wave of gas and ichor and internal fluids. It does not poison you because you hold it together. But Alli, even outside the little stone cairn, you smell this rank, offensive smell coming from the little pile of stones.
Ray's gonna stumble out of the cavern, his hand like over his mouth and his nose, and go, "It's not a beetle. That was not a beetle."
Allie's gonna press digitation to try to do like a lavender and vanilla scent and try to like
Oh no!
hopefully diffuse the awfulness.
Oh, now it's the equivalent of Glade scented poop.
Oh.
Congrats! Now things smell. Ray especially smells terrible, unless you press to digitate him to smell better.
Please. It smells so bad.
She's gonna try.
It mostly works.
She's not feeling very competent at the moment.
He stinks a little less now. You could probably pick him up if you really wanted to.
She'll offer her hand again, but
He's gonna climb up.
Okay.
Let's go see if those.
she's gonna
If there's
catch
a
message.
bandits.
It might be easier to talk. mentally for a little bit. I'm guessing you don't really want to open your mouth at the moment.
That was rough. Let's go talk to those pansies and see what's going on.
She'll take him back to the pansies.
Once you get there, the pansies almost visibly wilt in their effort to lean away from Ray. Okay. Please don't.
I killed it for you.
Please don't bring the smelly yokel any closer.
I won't, but I would like the riddle, please.
And they kind of look at each other as if they didn't really expect you to get this far. I'm a symbol of love with soft red petals. What am I?
A rose?
Yes, good! And they kind of clap their little leaves. Go find the rose, please.
Is that the root we're looking
Yeah,
for?
no, but you have to go find it. You better hurry.
This seems like you're trying to trick me.
Go away.
What if I don't?
They look horrified. We gave you the riddle, and you got the riddles, and this is the part where you're supposed to go away. Oh.
I just want to know why I need a rose. That's not a root. So, like, I'm
Because
not...
the rose knows the next part of the riddle.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense now. Thank you. I'll go now.
Oh, goodness. Honestly, they just let anyone in the garden these days. So you two make it to the rose. There's a small bed of roses.
Before I leave, my mage hand, would it be my size or would it be normal size? Normal hand size?
It would be your size.
Okay. I'm just gonna cast it and pull a single leaf off of one of the pansies.
One of them goes, pervert.
And he's gonna carry it with him to the rose.
God.
Ray, what are you doing? As Alli offers her hand again to carry him to the next spot.
Well, the fine petals told me I had to bring this with me to the rose as proof that they did in fact want me to get to the
I'm
next
gonna
riddle.
insight check this because Alli did hear him having his little squeaky fight with the pansies before she knew what was going on.
Insight versus deception.
I rolled a 2.
Alli's insight is an 8.
Yeah, he's full. He's full of shit, Alli.
Ray,
They were making fun of me again. I did not appreciate being made fun of, so I took a petal.
you realize that's the equivalent of taking a hand.
Fine, I'll go back and fix it.
What? I'll surgically reattach it?
Or can you fix it, Ray?
I can have the ability to mend stuff.
It's organic tissue.
What is that supposed to mean?
You cannot mend something that's living.
Well, this plant, this now is definitely not alive. So,
Alright, if you want to make the attempt, at least make a pretty apology while you're at it. And she'll take him back.
Back to the pansies.
make me smell that looks better, please, though. They really did not know how I smelled. Make me smell like a pansy.
Alright, she'll do prestidigitation for him again.
Ray, I worry about you sometimes.
Can he use the pansy leaf as a glider and glide down from her fingertip?
That is morbidly beautiful. Yes, you can.
Alli just puts her hand on her face and shakes her head and sighs.
He's gonna make an attempt to cast mending.
Okay.
Because he reasons in his head, which this isn't terrible reasoning, he just doesn't have a lot of knowledge on how magic fully works sometimes. that the leaf is dead, and what it originally was connected to is also probably now dead. So maybe it'll
No,
work.
it's still
And it does-
alive, and it's alive and pissed.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking. I was angry, and I'm sorry. Here you go. Here's your leaf back.
Well, I don't want it now that it's had your grubby little, smelly, bear
Smell,
hat, chalk-skinned,
smell me.
yokel-voiced. But touching it,
Smell me. I don't smell like that anymore, do I? I smell like one of you. That's right.
go away. Go see the roses.
Fine.
I like to imagine that while she knew he meant pansy flower, Alli made him smell like whatever scent Marcellus uses.
The shade. Like, could you imagine somebody gets mad with you, they tear off your arm, they leave, they cover themselves in your perfume, and then come back to apologize after having used your arm to hang glide down to you?
Right?
He's not a particularly wise person
I think that kind of
or
crosses
charismatic.
from like wise into, is he old enough for antisocial personality disorder diagnosis?
His charisma is a 10.
Well, he's not wearing pansy scent. He's wearing whatever scent Marcellus uses.
Gosh, for a second, my
You're
brain.
calling Marcellus a pansy?
Yeah. And
For a second,
that's exactly what she's doing.
My brain
Also because she kind of knew where this could go, so she was fulfilling the request without fulfilling the request, so hopefully he wouldn't be in as much trouble.
So, all right. So, are you taking him over to the Roses Alley?
Yep. And she's making sure he leaves that leaf on the ground. Because
You
we are
think-
not going in to ask somebody for help, intimidating off the bat.
We are not taking that severed arm with us, young man.
Exactly.
I wanted
Okay.
to glide with it again. That was really fun.
All right, we're gonna leave that service for a minute. And come
Alli's
back.
having trouble verbalizing on that anyway.
We're gonna come back to Marcellus. Marcellus, you are in the church, and as you come back into the church, you see your patron standing in the back, waiting, sort of hands clasped in front of him, in a rather humanoid form, quite tall, a dark suit, but with great moth wings behind him. He looks tired, but thoughtful. What you doing?
Oh boy. Didn't expect this. He would walk in and say, "Oh, great. Parent-teacher conference?
Do they have this in the 1800s?
I'm assuming they do. They do. So sour. He raises an eyebrow at you, Marcellus, and asks, "Does that imply that I am the parent?"
Oh. Only in the most lax sense of the word. Tell me, are you here to help, or am I about to be reprimanded?"
Kim takes a deep breath. "You are my most troublesome child."
Oh, get in line. I've heard that before.
So you have. But as it stands, you are the only one that has survived this far.
Oh. Leave that. Perhaps you should leave motivational speaking out of your repertoire.
He looks serious and says, other champions of mine have been called here. You are the only one that is surviving."
Loosely, and he holds up his hands, and they're all still scorched from digging in the earth.
Well, you were digging on hallowed ground.
Yes, well, I'm trying to get out of here still in one piece, and that's proving trying at best.
Where are the others?
Oh, off gathering other regents to make this heinous sounding tea for a doll, nonetheless.
The girl.
If you would have told me before coming down here that I was going to end up being someone else's servant, I would have laughed in your face. But alas, here we are.
Seems now the only one by your side is Azazel.
Ah, always, he never leaves.
This amuses him ever so slightly.
And honestly, I don't know that I'd make it in this tragic world without him.
He has been a boon to you, has he not?
Ooh, Boone's putting it strongly, but comic relief at the very least. Oh, you should have seen it. He tried to turn himself into an octopus and drag an accolade from a boat while we were at a carnival, and the look on her face. It didn't work, but it was definitely worth the gasp.
I do seem to recall that.
I figured you were watching.
You must be watched.
Yes, I know. I've been hearing that my whole life, too. Unlife.
There are many eyes on all of you at present.
Great, once again with that motivational speaking. Look, I've just spent hours digging on hollowed earth, and I'm really just trying to get out of here. Do you know how on earth I'm supposed to get a poppy in such a desolate place? I've got this book, and he shows him the book with the ritual, but I'm lacking willing victims.
He takes the book from you and looks through it. It's an old ritual, but one carried out recently.
And Azazel, he doesn't love the fact that Beelzebub is here, so he's like kind of shaking and hiding behind Marcellus's tailcoat.
Oh.
Like, please don't take me back to hell. I don't want to go back to hell.
So Beelzebub finishes looking through the ritual, and he says, "It is an old and profane one." So he kind of looks at Marcellus. You have one of the tokens. You have a box of sea glass. Do you not?
Oh yes, that box of junk that I burnt my hands trying to get. Yeah, I've got it.
You will need it. You need a token from Honora, and then you will need to bring those together. And of course, poppies are born of bloodshed in rituals like these. Once you do that, the flower will bloom and you will have your boon.
Do I have a token of Honora?
Not yet. Because you dug up the token of Canuck from Honora's grave.
Ah, oh no, I've got to dig in another grave. Do be a dear, Beelzebub. I don't suppose you could dig any faster with less scorched hands, could you? Do you have a shovel?
Roll persuasion. Whether he has one and whether you get one are two separate problems.
4.
Beelzebub looks at you and says, "A little hard work won't kill you."
But look at my suit.
The resilience...
You know I'm not cut out for manual labor.
You will labor much harder than that in the days to come.
Again, with the motivational speaking. Fine, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with your token of Honora or whatever. I just better not have to dig up every grave out there.
Marcellus, as you turn to leave, he grabs you by the shoulder and turns you around a bit like a child that has just sassed its mother.
What
Oh,
now?
we in trouble.
Suddenly,
I promise I'll pray or whatever you want me to do after I get this token and get the hell out of here.
He's much taller when you look up at him than he was a few minutes ago. He stoops underneath the church raptors.
Marcellus takes kind of a deep gulp. And you hear him say, sorry.
He looks at you and he says, "You do not know what is coming for you and how fragile your flesh will be."
Is it another candy hag?
Far worse.
When is this coming for me? Do you know?
He kind of waves his hand, and you see the outline of a dark figure. Medizine watches you. She watches all of you.
Ugh. Her again. Well, look, I don't want to be here any more than she wants me here, okay? We're just trying to get home.
You must take this seriously. You don't know what's happening.
He would, like, actually kind of heed the warning and not say anything smart ass because he realizes. And he was like, okay, I understand. I'm smelling what you're stepping in, Your Highness, but please don't go anywhere. Let me get this. Well, I'll cross that bridge when I get there, or jump off of it, whatever. But I've gotta go get this token.
Knowing you, you will burn it.
Also, that it's an option. I guess it depends what's on the bridge.
He lets go of you.
Well, if you're not gonna help me with a shovel, then fine.
He watches you leave the church. There is something perturbed in his demeanor.
And Marcellus would turn around and actually kneel and say, Your liege, I promise I won't disappoint you. Don't mind my catty attitude.
There are a lot of people depending on you, even if they serve the wrong deities.
That's a first in my life. People depending on me, I usually depend on everyone else.
But even weeds grow.
Excuse me! Never mind. That's a conversation for another time. And he would, like, bow again and flip his coat around and walk out. And Azazel would be like, and, like, jump up on my shoulder and blip out of existence so Beelzebub couldn't see him anymore. And I'd come back over to the graveyard and I would look for, okay, so one token was in Honora's grave, right?
Correct.
So,
it was related to Canuck.
So do I see Canuck's grave?
You see a grave crusted in salt, and you saw a grave crusted in moss.
One moment, please.
Buffering.
I'm trying to decide which one to...
You got salt and you got moss.
I know. I'm gonna go with the salt.
Okay. So
more consecrated earth and salt. This is gonna be fun.
It is a lot of fun. As you begin to dig, the ground starts to get softer and softer, and the more you dig, the swampier it gets as you realize salt water is coming up. So not only is it dirt, it's now becoming salty ocean mud.
Oh no.
Yeah, it feels about as good as you would expect.
Yep. Burning like the Dickens. Great, a hot tub. Perfect.
Uh,
Um,
as you dig, you do see a curious myconid come by, and it kind of like peeks over the stone fence at you, curious about what you're doing.
you, come here.
It comes there. I mean, it seems perfectly content to do.
Help me. Can you help me dig, please?
Of course. Why are you digging?
I'm looking for something in this grave. A token, if you will, of Kanak. Of
Hmm.
of Honora. Honora? I keep getting them switched.
One of the gods we're looking for.
Look,
A token of.
there's a god token in this blasted hot tub, and
Not
I'm
the god we're
tired of
looking
digging.
There, somewhere. There is something, and I need it. What is it? Who knows?
Thing will help me find now.
Yes.
I've ruined my suit, and I'm done digging. Please help me.
It is a very friendly oyster blue stocking mushroom, rather stocky. But it gets in there and helps you. And it
Yay!
kind of it sort of looks over at you and it says, you seem a bit perturbed. Are you well?
As well as I can be when I just got shamed by my own deity.
That sounds quite painful. Who is your
Yes.
deity?
Trust me, you don't want to know.
It continues helping you dig. Are they kind to you?
Kind isn't really what we do here.
No?
No.
It looks, as much as it can with body language, it looks confused. Then why do you serve it?
Let's just say I'm a victim of circumstance.
It nods. Are they poor circumstances?
Yes. And no. A little bit of both. Life's complicated, you know?
I suppose it is above ground. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. It seems as though you're suffering.
Oh, God. Save your pity for the weak, Mushroom. Look, I just need some help here. As much as I want to play chit-chat tea time, I'm trying to get back to my friends so I can get out of here and you can have your little damp, dark cave all to yourself again with your creepy church.
The church isn't creepy.
To you, maybe.
It bends down and it pulls up a box. Is this what you're looking for?
Ah. Marcellus grabs it and then he picks up the little myconid and lifts him out of the grave with him.
It's very placid when you do it.
Ew, a flaccid mushroom.
Placid with a P.
Oh. Okay. I was like, why did he go flaccid?
No.
So Marcellus would sit him down on the ground. And say, I really appreciate the help. Please don't tell anyone that I was here, at least for a day or two. Hopefully by then I'll be out of here.
At the church?
Anyone. Church, non-church, Crystal Cavern, Leech Beach, whatever. Don't tell anyone that I was here, or that you saw me here, okay?
Why?
I just don't need any more hiccups.
It kind of shrugs and says, if that's what you want.
Marcellus would like reach into his pockets and can I offer you some sort of anything for the help?
No. I don't need anything.
Of course you do. I mean, certainly there must be something.
It just kind of tilts its little mushroom head. We have what we need down here.
Very well. Well, I appreciate it nonetheless. Now run along and do whatever little mushroom people do.
It gives you a little wave and starts shuffling off. So in the box, you find it's a person's skull, but it's got a third eye hole.
Okay. Tell me I dug up the right grave.
Marcellus, there's moss inside of the skull. In fact, it looks as though it has been there so long that some of the bone has opalized, giving it a beautiful, if eerie, shimmer.
Marcellus would pull out the book and see if it matches what he needs.
It doesn't.
I was afraid of that. Why? Why? Come back, mushroom.
It does! It comes right back!
Oh my gosh. Thank
Yes?
you didn't go far. Okay. Still the same arrangement as before, but now we're looking at and he points to the overgrown tombstone. This one.
The grave of the sleeping god?
Yes, that one. Look, I'm not a religious man, so let's not get hung up on technicalities here, but that was the wrong grave. And while I appreciate the token, it's not the one I'm looking for.
Alright,
And
we
he
can...
holds out the book and shows him the one he's looking for.
Oh, I can't read.
It's a picture. This. Do you see? You know which grave this is in.
We could try the mossy one.
Well, seems as good a guess as any, and his poor hands are just like the crispiest, most shriveled up. Like, can you do anything about these? And he shows him his burnt up hands.
I can't, but Evangeline could.
Absolutely, never mind.
It looks rather taken aback. What? It doesn't seem to understand.
It's fine. Long story, but if you wouldn't mind.
Have you met the above ground Evangeline? As if it's realizing something.
Yes, met would be one way to say it, yes.
The underground Evangeline is different.
Like in a more full of stuffing and woven way, or...
No, it doesn't, it kind of, it makes like a breaking apart gesture. She's different.
Yes, well, let's just say I'm not a big fan of Evangeline so far, so I would prefer, once again, my cap-headed little friend to keep this between you and I.
If you're sure, she could heal your hands.
No thanks, I'll heal.
It begins to help you start digging.
Hot.
Folks, I need to step away for just a second. Let's take a 5-minute break and we'll come back at 9:15 ready to hot potato more grave dirt.
I am tired of digging up graves.
This sounds like a grave misfortune.
It
Oh,
is.
you just made a pun. I'm so
I'm gonna
proud
be
of
here
you.
until tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Well, it's not written in stone. I feel terrible. All right, I'll be back in 5.
I'm so proud of you.
I wish you guys were here to help me. This has turned into quite the endeavor.
All right, well, that's all of us back.
That's all of us back. And if you need to go to the other team while I'm digging, that's fine.
Yes, let's go. We will give Ray some time to commute. Not Ray, I'm sorry. Marcellus, we're gonna get
Especially
Marcellus.
since the rest of us are a couple hours behind.
Yeah.
Let's just say I'm digging while whatever they're doing. Me and the mushroom man are digging.
Y'all are having some Marcellus is communing with nature.
Do you know the mushroom man? The mushroom man.
All right, so Alli, you and Ray are going over to the roses, correct?
That is where Ray said he wanted to go.
Yep. So you take Ray over to the roses. Ray, the roses are very interesting. So, some of them there's quite a few different kinds. But there are a few. So you know how roses normally kind of have like one, like whorl in the center.
Yeah.
You see several that have two, and as the roses kind of begin to come to life a little bit as you approach, they look at sort of the swirl in the middle seems to kind of act like their face. A few of them kind of turn their little faces to you. You see the two-headed ones seem to like be looking at you with one and then with the other. So it does seem as though some of the roses are two-faced.
Hello, my name is Ray.
Hello. And a few of them are sort of nodding.
I was told you all have a riddle to find some kind of root.
We do. Do you want to come hear it?
I do, indeed.
And as you step close, they go, "Oh, were you over at the pansies?
I was.
They are mean, aren't they?
They were so mean, they hurt me.
Oh, I'm
Made
so
me have
sorry.
this killer beetle for them.
I'm so sorry, darling. Come here." And the rose kind of like opens its little leaves for Ray.
Ray will get a hug.
Mhm.
Ray will take the hug.
Yeah, so it wraps its little leaves around Ray. And it hugs him. You know, it's a good, real tight hug.
I'm a little concerned because roses have thorns, but Allie's not there.
Yeah. Ray does a 19 hit.
Does.
Okay. So Ray, it hugs you incredibly close. You are going to take 7 points of piercing damage.
Ouch. You know what? He's gonna take it in stride by using his stone's endurance. Let's see how much damage he can resist. That he resists all of the damage. He just kind of smiles.
And they're sort of like, you know, "Oh, poor thing, you poor baby," just sort of petting Ray and babying him. And they go, "Oh, you poor thing, just here, come sit." And they kind of like prop you up on their roots, and they go, "Are you hungry?"
Yes.
And they sort of rifle around, and they give you what looks to be like a drop of dew. It's probably about the size of your chest, but for them it's small.
Chill. Taste it.
Yeah, it tastes like water.
Mm.
They try to feed it to you, but it mostly ends up just you kind of the droplet being stuck on your head and shoulders. So you're sort of encased in this little sphere of water.
Can he like start drinking it?
Yeah. I'm trying to think how I want you to roll for this. What is your con mod?
+4.
4. Okay. All right, we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this.
Oh no, am I drowning?
So, because your con mod is 4, you are gonna have 4 rounds to try to chug all of this dew water. So, or after 4 rounds, you will begin to drown. So, would you roll me? Huh?
Oh no, and I can't hold my breath because I'll just suck water in.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I will note, Alli, you can no longer see Ray. He's kind of gone down into the roses.
Yep, she's useless.
She's just chilling.
I mean,
All
she's been
right.
through a lot. She probably needs the mental break. So, and she assumes that Ray can take care of whatever. So if she
Mhm.
can't see it, then there's not much she can do.
All right. So Ray, roll me a d4.
That is a 2.
2. Okay. So you get about 2 swallows of water down. Roll me another.
One.
All right. So that's 1. So you've got 3 so far. Roll me another one.
2.
Okay. 2. Okay. So you're making a really good dent in the water, but the walls are closing in, so to speak.
3.
Okay. Ray, you do just barely, just when you think you are about to begin breathing the water in addition to drinking it, you do get it all down and you kind of like fall, like it'll roll off the roof. They've got you propped on and you are rather waterlogged.
Oh, that was a lot of water. Thank you very much, Dave.
Oh. Alli, from where you're sitting, you see the roses begin to move. However, the pansies concealed themselves from you. The roses don't seem to want to do that. And but they do, you can't hear them, but they kind of are waving their leaves at you.
Alli's gonna message Ray. Is everything okay?
Yeah, they're being real kind to me. They hugged me. They gave me some water to drink. It's wonderful, honestly.
She's gonna very carefully kneel down because not being able to see him and knowing how the pansies were behaving, she's kind of a little wary now. Not quite within reach of any thorns or anything, but where she can see better, hopefully.
So you are able to see Ray, and you do, Alli, you do feel the roses kind of touching your cheeks with their leaves and their petals.
Does she see the same swirly pattern, or is she too big to see that?
Do you mean like what the?
Like
so I think I.
You were describing
Yeah.
the swirly, making them look like some had single faces and some were two-faced.
Yes, you do see those.
Does Ray seem to be okay?
They seem like they're trying to direct your attention to Ray. I think they were a bit afraid they had done damage to him.
They were afraid they had done damage, or they had intentionally done damage?
It is unclear unless you want to try to make an insight check.
I'm trying to decide. Yeah, you know what? Given everything that's happened and where they are and how weird everything has been, I think she would be in the mind frame to make an insight check. So I think I was debating if it was something she would do, but everything adding together, I think she would. Can I guidance?
Sure.
I'm guidancing. I'm just declaring that. Okay.
And declare bankruptcy.
I declare bankruptcy.
That is a 25.
Cool. All right. So, Alli, with a 25, some of them are absolutely unaware that they have done damage or have nearly done damage to Ray. Blissfully unaware. They're used to only interacting with other roses. He is strange and foreign, and they have no clue how he works. However, some of the two-faced roses, they know what's going on, and they are not only allowing the more naive roses to be harmful to Ray, they're encouraging it a little bit.
She's going
Well-
to message so that Ray is the only one to hear her. Ray, darling, well, I think some of them do mean well. Be a little bit more careful because plants don't interact with the world the same way humans do. And I think some of them might be more friends with the pansies as opposed to some of the others. If you look carefully at their expressions, darling.
I'll pick up what you're laying down. All right. So, my friends, my wonderful friends, what's the riddle?
Oh, there's the riddle, right? To find the sleeping root. And they kind of consult among themselves for a moment. And then one of the two-faced ones, will bend down and says, "What would you get when you cross a rose with a sheepdog?"
Hmm. Can I think about it?
As you say that, one goes, "No, that's not how it goes. It's not a sheepdog." And the two-faced one is talking among its heads and goes, "No, it's what did you do if you cross a rose with a border collie?"
So, you talking different types of dogs?
And one head says yes, and one head says no.
Well, which is it?
One of the one-faced roses says, "I think they mean border collie."
I actually am not totally certain.
You want to pass it off to Alli?
Alli, I have a question.
She'll message. Yes, darling.
What do you get if you cross a rose and a border collie?
I don't suppose there's a hedgerows in here anywhere. Like the kind they use for walls.
I don't think so.
Alli's gonna glance around just to be sure.
Nope, Alli, you don't see any. But I'm gonna let
Wait
you
a
hang on
second.
to that.
Wait a second.
What?
I think I got it.
What?
I had to think about it because the dog had to be important. Is it a cauliflower?
Yep, it's a cauliflower.
Oh. Get Alli being literal and Ray getting into the childish spirit of the riddle.
Can't believe I didn't get that. I was over here just like, what
I
the
know.
hell? Trying to think about it.
I was like, I've got two people that love puns.
Well, I was latching on to the border part of it like it was a proper riddle.
And I was latching onto the rose part, trying to make that work with something.
Everybody got a different part of it.
Right?
That's why you're a good team.
Indeed. So, what do I get for the answer?
That's correct. And
Yay.
one side of the two-face looks delighted. Another side of the two-face is snickering. So Alli and or Ray, make me a general intelligence check.
Alrighty.
That is a 22.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I had
You
a
can make
plus
it too.
4. So intelligence you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's an 18.
All right. So I'm going to give this to both of you. You know that so far you've only been directed to flowers. And it looks like This riddle is directing you to a vegetable. As well, Alli, with your 25, you know the two-headed roses are a bit duplicitous.
Oh, with the insight check, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As Alli was here for 2 hours before Ray joined her, did she see any vegetables?
No.
She's gonna message him, Ray, there are no vegetables in this garden.
Oh, just a question, because I've been in this garden for a bit, and I walked through it earlier, real big like. There's none of them cauliflowers in this garden, so what are you talking about?
One of the one-headed roses shoves the two-headed rose out of the way. He goes, oh, they just do that to be mean. That's not the real riddle. They like to send people running all over looking for cauliflowers.
Oh, what's the real riddle?
The real riddle is I'm a flower that pops in the garden when spring arrives with a yellow trumpet announcing the end of winter. What flower could I be?
Mm-hmm.
And Alli, you do. The rose is enunciating very, very loudly. You were just barely able to hear that as well.
Yay!
I know.
If only Marcellus were there.
I can imagine it in my head what it looks like, and I don't know the name of it, so now I'm Googling.
Is it a tulip?
Nope.
A daffodil.
That is correct.
And I don't know why it took me so long to get that name. Alli, look to see where the daffodils are.
You do see them.
And she'll very carefully offer her hand to Ray in such a way that it doesn't disturb any of the roses.
As you go over to the daffodils, you both hear that their heads are bowed. They are snoring.
Alli is going to very carefully make a small dancing light and kind of send it above them like a sunshine.
They start to wake up and they turn their heads up to the sun, kind of tilting their heads this way and that way, looking at the light.
She's going to very carefully keep it steady, but also put Ray down so he can go talk to them.
Alright, let's go.
They are enraptured, watching the light.
Hello?
Oh? Hello? Oh,
My name is Ray.
what a funny beetle.
I'm not a beetle.
You must be a dream then.
No, I'm a real person. Oh, I just need to know what the riddle is to find the root.
What root?
I've heard it called the sleeping root.
Oh. Yeah. We found some. It is strong. Could someone put the sun out? We are sleepy.
Not until I get real first. I'm sorry.
Oh, do you want the sleeping root?
I do, yes.
Oh, it's down there. We grew our roots into it. But it's making us so sleepy.
Ray will communicate that to Alli.
Does she see anything around them that they might have been growing onto?
You do see where there's just the barest shoot of a different looking plant coming up through the grass near the daffodils.
Would she be able to identify it?
Yeah, make me nature or medicine check.
Okay. Which one is better? Nature. Guidance. That's a 10.
Well, it may be.
She'll point it out to Ray and hope that maybe his mountaineering experience would help him confirm.
Could I have guidance?
If I can reach you, she'll offer her pinky because she's got to touch you to cast it.
Oh my god.
It's like the hand of God portrait.
Very carefully offering her a little pinky, like you stick your pinky up to drink tea to be super fancy.
That's a dirty 20. Hello?
Oh, sorry, my button was.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, yeah, I said okay, yes. What is he getting with guidance?
He's just...
Yeah, he just adds a d4 to his roll.
Oh, okay. Oh, he rolled it. Okay, yeah. So with a dirty 20, yeah, Ray, you know this is Valerian root. It's the just barest bit of it peeking through the dirt. But that is Valerian.
That is exactly what we're looking for, right there. Alli, I'm gonna need you to rip it out.
Alright. Do you want the lights on or off for this? Or actually, she'll move it over so she can see what she's digging.
All right, so Alli,
and she's going to be as careful as possible because she doesn't want to damage anything that she doesn't have to damage to get it out.
All right, so Alli, you do get the Valerian root out. Congrats, you now have a Valerian root.
All right, that's one down. I guess now we have to go to, how did Marcellus put it? Leech Beach?
I don't know if I feel comfortable going to Leech Beach.
Yay! Leech Beach. Oh, he's the tiniest. He'd be like a bacon bit for a leech.
Yeah.
Ah!
I'll,
So,
if you want to ride on my shoulder with Aurelius, until you can figure out how to get big again.
I think I just gotta go through the house again.
Right, in that case, I'm going to send Aurelius with you, because I don't like you at this size. I'm worried for you.
I put a walloping on that bug. Let me tell you. That thing was huge to me, and I went, and it was dead.
Bless him. Precious bean.
I'm still sending him with you. You can ride him like a horse for all I care.
Right. Aurelius, let us go.
Right in Aurelius.
Yep. The what did you call them? The you had some kind of slinky ferret or something like that?
Slinky cats.
That, yes.
I love slinky cats.
I always call them cat snakes.
Cat snakes. Yeah. All right, so Aurelius taking Ray to the house. Marcellus, are you ready for us to come back to you, or do you want us to continue with the other group?
I mean, totally up to you. I know that we're getting close to game time, and I had the thing that I was messaging you about, so I don't know if you would want Susan here, or, if everyone should be here, or I don't know.
So I'll leave it up to you. We could do that, or we could save it for next time. Do you have a preference?
Let's save it for next
Okay.
time. So I'm just gonna finish digging this grave for this, because that's gonna take a few hours anyway, right? Because
Yeah.
and my poor, I'm like I'm burnt in more than just my hands now because I've been getting
Yep.
dirt and salt water all over me. I'm looking a
Mhm.
touch Freddy Krueger-ish right now.
Bless his heart. But as you all dig, Marcellus, you do eventually get down to the third box. And when you open it, you do see a long golden rod that you know is associated sometimes with worship of Enora.
Finally. And he can't even pick up the little mushroom guy anymore because his hands are so burnt. So he asks them to hold on to him so he can climb out of the grave.
Yep, the little mushroom guy will do everything in his little mushroom power to help Marcellus out of the grave.
And Marcellus would just roll out onto the ground on his back, and so exhausted, he would crawl just inside the door of the church, swing it shut, and put like a bar down on the door and fall asleep
Bless him
so
heart.
that he can heal.
He is all tuckered out. All right. So we've got Ray slinky catting over to the house, and we've got Alli on Leech Beach.
Yes.
All right. So Alli, are you leech hunting?
She's gonna try. I think before she goes in the water, she's gonna see if she can't see them under the water, in hopes that she doesn't have to get bit again in the process of getting 3 of these things.
So, where do leeches?
Because these were big, right? These were like potato-sized leeches, right?
They were large. Okay, so it looks... Leeches are typically found in shallow, protected waters, concealed among aquatic plants or under stones, logs, or other debris. I learn something every day.
Right?
So you see places they could be, but you don't immediately see any leeches.
She's gonna send like a dancing light into one of these spots that she thinks they probably are and see if it...
You probably are going to have to go hunting for them.
Bloody hell. And she's gonna roll up her sleeves and make a very disgusted face and stick her hand in and try to grab it before it grabs her.
All right, make me a dex check.
Dex is... Guidance. $21.
All right, you beat the leech. So you do get your hands on one.
Okay. She's gonna pull a handkerchief out and lay it on the sand and put the leech on the handkerchief where it can't like get back off into the water, like up away from the waves, but also where it's easy for her to find again. And then go in for another one.
Okay, make me another dex check.
Guidance. 23.
All right, you do catch another one.
Okay, same deal. She's gonna put that one by the first on top of the handkerchief and go back for that third, because we need 3, right? That's what my notes say.
Yes. All right, one more dex check.
13.
That does not beat the leeches.
Okay. Does one of them bite me, or do I have to try again?
Yes, one of them attaches to your hand.
Okay, well that still gets us the third leech. How much damage do I take? It was a D4 originally?
Yes, so you're going to take 3 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
While you were at the water's edge, Alli, also make me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this against being charmed?
Not charmed, no.
Okay. That's an 8.
Okay. Alli, you see yourself standing out at the far rock. Here, she is covered in leeches.
She's gonna.
And
Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I thought you were pausing for me to react.
Yes, I was.
Okay. I think she's going to do her best not to look, even though she clearly sees it, and try to detach the one from her hand so she can put it with the other two.
So,
Trying
Alli,
so hard to stay focused.
as you go to detach that leech, it looks as though you are covered in leeches now, just like she is.
Would Keen mind help me find the one that actually was the real one?
Make me an intelligence check.
Intelligence, okay. Plus 15?
It takes some doing, but you do eventually discern the true leech from the kind of illusory ones.
So in the process, she does figure out the others are illusions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hyperventilating a little bit, but we know we've got 3, so she's going to bundle those into the handkerchief and make a very disgusted sound and put them in her pocket and back away from the water, still patting herself down, trying to make sure there's nothing else on her that she has missed.
The leech Alli is just calmly sitting on the rock watching you with a small smile and a leech on one of her eyes.
Can I pick up a rock and throw it at her?
Sure, make a ranged attack.
Ranged attack. This is improvised, so there's no proficiency or anything. That is a
Right.
That is a 13, which is
Okay.
my AC. So hopefully,
Yes, it does hit her, and she looks put out.
so it hits. It doesn't go through.
Right.
Oh no! And she's gonna try to back her way out of the cave.
Alli said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
Exactly.
No thanks. No, she said, "I don't, whatever it is, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want a subscription. Don't call me."
No. And she does know where she's going, so the moment she's out of the cave, she's gonna book it down to the boiling water room.
Probably to go take a bath in the boiling water.
And hope that hope that Marcellus is there with the other 2, but knowing how long he's taken to get those graves, Alli is probably able to take a long rest while she waits.
Alright. So Alli is going to the boiling pot room. On the Slinky Cat. Ray, you do get back to the house. Yes, what are you doing at the house?
We'd probably try to go through it.
Okay. Yeah, when you pop out the front, you return to normal size.
Yay, normal size, hooray.
Whew, Lord. All right. So we will leave things there. And we will pick up next time. All right. Well, then I will see all of y'all next week.
Alrighty.
Woo.
See y'all then.
Something
Bye, everybody.
exciting next week.
Yes, for sure.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
I'll
I'm
see you
excited.
guys soon.
All
Good
right.
night.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.